Hello and welcome to Fifth and Grace. Today we are exploring the full moon in Aries that pops its cheeky little head up tonight and keeps its energy going for the next few days. We're entering the energy of the hunter's moon, a time of intense reflection, release, and renewal. But what makes this moon even more powerful is its astrological placement. It is happening in Aries. I'm an Aries, by the way. A fiery and action-oriented sign, which is going to give us all that extra push to let go of what's been weighing us down and move forward boldly. Woohoo! Let's do it. Full moons always bring a sense of completion and closure, and when it occurs in a fire sign like Aries, the energy is fast-paced and it's direct and it's transformative. You might feel a sudden urge to make decisions you've been hesitating on, or you might take action on something you've been procrastinating and putting off. Aries does not like to wait around, that is for sure. So during this full moon, we're being asked to confront our fears, clear out stagnant energy, and really embrace our inner warrior spirit. And on top of that, we have a powerful opposition between the sun in Libra and the moon in Aries, creating tension between our desire for harmony and balance versus the need to stand up and be assertive. This dynamic is pushing us to find equilibrium in our relationships. That means balance, while also making sure we're honoring our own needs. Hello, boundaries. It's time to ask ourselves, where have I been compromising too much? Or where do I need to assert myself more? And this is where the tarot comes in, helping us navigate that balance. This fiery Aries energy combined with the reflective full moon energy is the perfect time to break free from any limiting beliefs or situations that have been holding you back. It's not just about letting go. It's about setting new intentions to move forward with passion and purpose. So if you've been feeling stuck, this moon is a cosmic invitation to release and reclaim your power. During this tarot reading, we'll look at what the full moon is eliminating for you, and we'll see if there's any challenges or obstacles that need to be released, and how we can best harness this transformative energy of Aries and take bold steps forward. Whether it's in your relationships, career, or personal growth, this is the perfect time to embrace your inner strength and make decisions with confidence. I think a lot of movement's going to take place over the next week. I think a lot of people are going to be feeling quite spicy, like a spicy little Aries, like me. I was telling somebody last night that I shoot out of bed like I was in a cannon, and I wake up every day ready to go into battle and ready to go to war. Not necessarily looking for a fight, but I'm ready for one, that's for sure. Always ready to take on the injustices in the world. So we're just going to pull some cards and see what the energy is, what messages are coming through for this full moon time. We usually sort of go by the day of the full moon, and then I give it another 72 hours to let that energy really sink in and steep and get good and juicy. And so I would say, probably by Sunday, Monday, you'll be out of that energy, and you'll be able to look back on what you did, what you released, and what you let go during the full moon. So here we go. The star, the sun, and the Eight of Wands. So interesting. So interesting. The star in reverse is, so the star upright is about long-term relationships, being the star of your own show. You got it, right? We've been doing this long enough that we know what these cards mean. In reverse, it actually means a little bit of hopelessness and despair and focusing on the negative and actually having a lack of faith. Oh, that's so sad, actually. It's maybe somebody's having a creative block in their business or their life, and that is making them feel like they've lost all hope. The message shake things up is coming in. To shake things up. I don't know what that means, but maybe you do. Maybe you know exactly what you want to do, and you're just hiding behind the lack of faith and the feeling hopeless. And I just feel like the message is just go for it. Just really go for it. And then what we'll be seeing is maybe some results in the new year. This is definitely a time of laying groundwork. If you look around at nature, what are the critters doing? The squirrels every day are collecting nuts, they're hiding them away, they're building their little nests. This is a laying groundwork period of life. So I think that a lot of the stuff that we do right now is going to be seeing results for us in the new year. That we'll be seeing the things coming to fruition in January. So keep an eye out for that. Don't give up. Don't feel hopeless. If this is about your relationship, your long-term relationship, because this card often is very much about marriages and long-term situations, I'm just getting the message, go to therapy, get counseling. You need somebody else's opinion. Whatever struggles you're having in your marriage, get somebody else's opinion on those. Get a therapist in to help you navigate that. There's lots of marriage counselors around. And then we have the Sun, which is always a fun card. It is about healing. It is about, I don't want to say it's about turning inwards, but it's certainly about focusing on yourself. There's a completion energy to it. There is a fertility energy about it. Like I said, we're laying the groundwork. We're feathering the nest right now for big things happening over the winter. And this is definitely about fulfillment and being in a good place. And if you aren't there, you are getting there. You're very close to accomplishing this. There's perhaps the end of a chapter in your life is that we're on the cusp of. Could be the end of a journey. Oh, I feel, every time we do this, I always feel like, oh, we could tell an actual whole entire story just on this, that if somebody's having marriage struggles, and then this is the relationships is either going to heal or it's going to come to an end. It will come to its natural end, as relationships tend to do when we end them, as opposed to outside forces ending them. And this is, yeah, there's just so much. There's, it's a success, it's an accomplishment, there's some travel, there's fulfillment. There's so much to this card, but it could be the end of the problems within the marriage, or it could be the end of the marriage or relationship or friendship or whatever it is, like career, whatever this could possibly be. There's something coming to an end. Definitely. Interesting. Could be the end of a cycle of our life as we know it here in the world, in whatever country we're in and whatever city we're in. Things could be changing in such a dramatic way. As a Canadian, I might be thinking our government is not doing well and everybody's really unhappy, and it's going to come to an end, and then we're going to get to do this healing work and ending this chapter, and if that, right? So whatever it is that's going on for you personally, that is for you to know. I can't guess unless you're a private client sitting in front of me. Then I'll look at the cards and know exactly what's going on in your life. But just generally, there's things coming to an end, and I suspect that it's a lot of ending of governments, ending of this globalist kind of thing that's going on. We are seeing it starting to crumble, and then we do have a lot of healing work as citizens of the world to recover from that and get back to a more balanced way of life. So yeah, interesting. 8 of Wands in reverse. This is normally, if it was upright, I would say this is about blocks and obstacles and dodging things and things like this. But this is an indication of slow progress. This is about losing momentum, missed opportunities, either in the world, in your community, or in your personal life. This is such an interesting set of cards for this. The date for this card is November 23rd to December 2nd. And I keep saying we're going to get a December election, and I don't know if that's what this is about, but it's fun to play with cards. It's just fun to play with the cards, isn't it? But there's definitely it's a there's a stagnancy, there's a slow energy, like a stuck in the mud kind of energy that you just can't pull yourself forward, or whatever the universe is trying to pull forward is struggling to come through. Queen of Cups. And I'm looking up the dates of these cards just because I find them so fascinating. And the Queen of Cups in reverse is lack of energy, lacking direction, overly sensitive, blocked intuition. It's time to meditate. It's really very much time to meditate. Emotional immaturity. Oh my gosh, there's so much we can be releasing right now. All this crap that holds us back. Oh my goodness. This little Aries reading cards right now is like, burn it to the ground. Whatever isn't working for you, just get rid of it. Burn it to the ground. If the relationship you're in isn't making your life happy, get out of it. If the job you're in is making you miserable, look for another one. Create your own. Oh, yeah. End what is not working for you. That is the big message here with our Aries energy. And you got to do it in a ragey way, or else it's not Aries at all. Write down all the things that aren't serving you in your life and burn them. Write them on paper and burn them. So release stuff. Yeah. Oh my gosh, there's so much to release. And I think that if we release it now, oh my God, you know, and look at the leaves are falling off the trees because the leaves aren't serving the trees anymore. So let go of all the leaves that are dying and aren't serving you, whatever the relationships that dying, the friendship that's dying, the business that's, whatever it is, just get rid of it. Just burn it to the ground, start fresh. Yeah. Sorry. That was a little bit of a rant. You are worthy. You are worthy of better than this. You are definitely worthy of better than this. This is what it's like when you get a pep talk from an Aries. Ace of Cups. Yeah, you're going to burn it to the ground and you're going to start a whole new thing. This is going to be fantastic. And I don't know if you have ever, you know, kind of looked at vineyards and winemakers and things like that. When the grapes aren't doing well, they set the whole thing on fire and burn it to the ground, and then they start fresh. And because now that soil is so beautiful and healthy and full of the ash and everything else, that the nutrients that come from that, I don't know the science of it, I'm just making it up right now, but I know this is true, that they will burn down a vineyard to make better wine. Even my own husband, in our garden in the spring, he will burn all kinds of things and then put all that ash into our vegetable garden. And like, I have a freezer full of raspberries and blackberries from that. Like, I could not keep up with the bumper crop that we got from that. So this is about new, like, it's a cup, so, you know, new emotions, new emotional journey, new love, all those kinds of things. But it's about joy. It's about there's a fertility element, and I don't mean like making babies, but fertile ground for, once you burn everything down, you have fertile ground for starting afresh, starting a new something. Yeah. Oh, this is a very spicy Aries reading. Sorry, everybody. I don't know. I just got very passionate about it. And just all these feelings came up. And then my Aries part just kind of took over and went for it. Woo-wee, the lovers, the lovers. You need to find people, and you need to surround yourself with people who share the same values you do. That is an important thing. And I'm not saying we need to live in a silo. I'm not saying that we need to surround ourselves with people who agree with us on every single little thing, because, like, let's face it, that's really boring. But you just need to find people who share the same values as you, and then you'll be a lot happier. The message here really is a lot of letting go, a lot of like, just end it, just get rid of things. Here's all the reasons why it's dragging you down. And when you do burn it to the ground, you're going to start even better. One of the things coming through is that the people you need to release right now are people who don't have shared values. And I don't know what your values are. That's entirely up to you. But if you find yourself surrounded by people and you're editing yourself because you don't have the same values, that's something you need to get rid of. That's definitely, because now you're in that energy of inauthenticity, and it's a very low frequency, and you can't manifest when you're fake. You can't manifest when you're essentially lying about who you are and what you believe. And, you know, like, I understand sometimes we have to go along to get along, but for the most part, we should be able to be authentic. And if there's people in your life that you feel you cannot speak your truth, and I don't mean screaming and yelling about things, but I'm like, literally, okay, I'm going to give an example. There's somebody that I know who posts about, I'm not going to say the word, but the thing when someone's pregnant and they don't want to be anymore, and then they go for this procedure, and that they are against it, which is fine. It's their opinion. But then there will always be people who know her who chime in with all of their complete opposite views. So this person that I see posting about ending the things, the people that are arguing with her about it don't share the same values. And that's okay, but it's probably sucking a lot of joy out of her life and probably a lot of energy from her to be constantly bombarded by people who don't share the same values as her. And that's, I think there's some pretty fundamental things in our lives that we need to have shared values on if we're going to be friends with people. So the big message here is get rid of anybody who's not lighting you up. Get rid of anybody who's making you cry. Get rid of anybody who doesn't have the shared values that you, and to the extent that you feel you have to edit or censor yourself. And then that's going to open your whole life up to attract people who do have the same values as you, and that you are much more in alignment with, and that you can feel good about being around. Oh, we got there. We got there. And I only yelled a couple times with my spicy Aries energy. Welcome to my season, friends. It's going to be an interesting few days. My name is Avril. I welcome you to my channel. If we are old friends, I thank you for joining me. And if we are new friends, I can't wait to get to know you. Don't forget to click subscribe, leave a comment, like the video, do all the things, and have a beautiful and magical day.